Hey YouTube, so I've been working on the snowblower here and getting ready to hopefully take this impeller out, but it's been really fighting me every step of the way. It seems that I wasn't the only one that was actually trying to take this off at one point. I was able to get the locking collar off. Unfortunately, the locking collar was rusted solid. After I drilled out the set screws, I got that off. Turns out this section of the axle was pushed in, or I should say mushroomed out, so if you were to try and push it through the end bearing here, it's going to get stuck. It's almost like a compression fitting, and when it shouldn't be. So I started to grind it out. I just got to get the end here to be equal to the rest of the shaft so I can push it through the end bearing. End bearing is cracked now, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to go and replace that. Same thing goes for the other side here. Trying to use a 3-jaw puller from Harbor Freight in order to remove it, but the same problem. Looks like someone tried to get this on forcibly the wrong way, so now this end of the shaft is all mushroomed out. Gonna have to grind it, and I learned that only after the fact. This was held in by rust, so I finally got it free, but now it's all bent to hell. It's gonna have to be replaced, so that's kind of an expensive mistake, but there really isn't much to hold it on there anyway, so really the whole shaft is likely going to have to be replaced. Also need to replace the locking collar there. Again, I had to go and drill it out because it was all rusted solid. But once I get this impeller out, then I'll really be able to get this cleaned up and prepped and ready for paint. I'm already seeing here I have to do a couple weld jobs. Looks like this thing ate a few rocks at some point, so I'll have to bang that back straight, and then maybe add a couple more welds there, and then up on the corners here to make that solid again. And it looks like it was actually starting to break a little bit, so that weld is going to have to be redone. And again, all just typical wear of what you'd see. You know, I knew about this when I bought it, so I knew it was going to have some work to be done to it. The bottom part of the wear blade here is fine. It looks like it did hit another rock, but that's something I can easily bang out. Edge piece looks like I'm going to have to go and scrape. I do have a piece of 2-inch bar here, flat bar, that I'm likely going to just go and weld that on there. It's just to add some extra strength to it. I'm going to replace all these bolts on the bottom just to be on the safe side. It's good practice. They're all rotted out. So hopefully in the next edit, this thing will finally be out, and I'll have all the parts ordered by then. And let's continue on with the repair.